Hello, guys. Welcome,
Bonsoir.
welcome back to Random Talk. We did miss Wednesday's episode, but it was a very busy week, and this is actually the 10th episode. And today we have probably one of my best friends, actually, 100% my best friend in the future. We got I call you T, but what is your actual name? What is your actual name?
Rocky.
Rocky. Is
Yes.
that your actual name, then?
It's
Nah,
what
guys.
all my friends call me, so yes.
Actually, that's sick. Okay, that's
Yeah,
sick. Fair
bro.
enough. We got. We'll call you Rocky. We got Rocky on today.
Hello.
She's from Antwerp. She's one of my best friends, and I wanted to have her on because she deserves to be on. She's gonna be on again and again and again and again.
Aw, that's
So
sweet.
I'm really excited. We have a lot to talk about,
Uh-huh.
but we have to keep it short. So my first question to you is, how did we become friends? Because this is actually really interesting. I
Yeah,
can
how did we become friends? Because I remember, the first thing I remember is you adding me on Snapchat and me being like, huh? Who
Yeah,
this?
like who's this guy? Yeah,
I was like, who is this man? Like, what is going on? And then we just kind of started talking from then on.
yeah. But that was not long ago. Like it sounds like we've been friends for like hundreds of years,
Bro,
but
that was like a year and a half ago.
nah, it was too. Was it? No, it
Yeah.
was. No, it was this. It was this year. It was this year. It was this year. It was lockdown. It's right when
No, it was
lockdown
before
started.
lockdown, I think.
Was it? Was it
Yeah,
before
because I
lockdown?
remember. No, bro, it's been over a year because remember a few months ago we had like the 100-day Snapchat streak, and that was a few months ago.
Ah, but the thing is, your birthday's in March.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't wished you happy birthday yet. Like, no, I'm
That's
saying
probably
like
because you didn't know it was my birthday.
no, I wouldn't miss your birthday, but I'm saying that we haven't been friends for more than a year because I haven't wished
Okay.
you a happy birthday yet. So it
Okay.
has to be this year.
Okay.
Because from what I remember, it was right before lockdown.
I don't
Right,
know.
yeah. Because I remember seeing you
Wait, was it around
on
this time last year?
no,
Pro- Later.
it was like after your birthday. Because I saw
Really?
it. I saw it on Poppy's story. I saw that she wished you happy birthday, and it was
Oh.
after that. So
Ah.
it's only been like what, like 9 months, 8 months maybe.
What?
Yeah, but it feels long. Almost feels like a year. But
Wait,
it
my
hasn't.
brain didn't process the fact that a 100-day Snapchat streak is not
Yeah,
a
I was gonna
year.
say you said 100 days. I was
Yeah,
like, huh,
my
100 days, no
bad,
year.
my
But
bad.
yeah, no, we became friends in like after like April, maybe April.
Yeah, yeah, something like that.
Oh my god, that's like what? That's like 7 months. It feels like eternity. Actually, it feels so long.
It really does. I
It
haven't seen
really
you in a
feels.
while either.
It's been a while. It's my turn to come to Antwerp, but
Okay, but you can see that.
it's been like I legit I can't. I've asked like 3 times, and it's always been like no, no. And then actually I was very close, and then
Hmm.
last minute we decided not to go to Antwerp and like went somewhere else, and that was like really annoying.
Just pull up. Honestly, just hop on a train and come here.
Yeah, with my parents, it's not that easy with traveling, but next year, 100%.
Okay,
Hundred
yeah.
percent. I promise, pinky promise. But
All right, all right.
for those of you who don't know Rocky, she is the most gorgeous, experienced model I know of our
Aw,
age.
thank
Okay,
you.
calm down, calm down. No, I'm kidding.
My ego is like shooting through the roof
Yeah,
already.
I want to, because I know some people from Luxembourg and some people are watching this that are really interested in modeling, and you have modeled before, and I just want to get into
Yeah.
that because I'm jealous as well. I
Uh,
want to be the model. Was
Man, you can model too. We've talked about this before.
Yeah,
You
we've
can
talked
easily
about
become
this,
a model.
but I was gonna ask you how did it start? Where did it start? Tell us the whole story because it's
Um,
really interesting.
well, when I was 13, I met with an agent and I talked with them a little bit and they like did like a test photo shoot with me, but then nothing ever really came out of that. It was just kind of like a stop to that. And then I remember I think it was 2 summers ago that our friend Poppy actually, she called me and she was like, "Hey, like I'm at my agent's house right now, like at a meeting, and I showed them your pictures and they are really interested in you." So actually, how it happened and how it all started properly is that Poppy showed me to our agent, and then it started from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they invited me to a meeting, and I went to the meeting, and they automatically put me in the semifinals for the elite model look contest.
Straight away.
Yeah, after the meeting, they put me into the semifinals, so I actually didn't have to go through like all of the casting stages and all of that. I just had to go to the meeting with them, and then I had to go to the finals after the semifinals, and then I
No
was
way.
in. Yeah.
And then what was after that? Was there more to it or?
Well, we had the contest and everything, and then this girl, this other guy won, and then we all just kind of like continued on our own. Some of us got signed up to different agencies, but I kind of stopped at that time because I couldn't really get signed because I was underage. And they usually they can sign people that are like 16, 17, but it's not very practical because you can't really do any catwalks or anything like that. Or you can only do some photo shoots. And I did
Yeah.
like some magazine covers and some commercials, so that was fun. But aside from that, I couldn't really do anything until I turn 18 this March. And then I'm gonna get signed to another agency. So
So
then
you
hopefully I'm gonna start working like properly big time then.
so you have to be 18 or like at least 16 to do
Yeah,
anything.
at
Oh,
least 16. I would say at least 16.
actually I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
So when it all started with you when you were like 13, 14, I guess.
Yeah,
Um
I'd say around like 14 more or less.
you weren't able to like basically do anything because it
Yeah,
was
no.
with all age restrictions and your parents had to sign a bunch of stuff, no?
Yeah, exactly. And I would have to bring my parents to every single meeting, which was also inconvenient.
Oh, so what was that like because that was very young. That was like what, like 4 years ago now, 3 years ago maybe.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, it was nice. It didn't feel weird to me because I was kind of like introduced to it from a young age. Like I already knew what it all was because my mom used to like model a little bit when she was younger and she like knew how it all worked. And so she explained it to me. So none of it was like entirely new to me in that sense. So
Yeah,
I just kind of showed up there. I did my stuff. Like I walked back and forth, took the Polaroids and everything. And then we did a test photo shoot with these two photographers.
yeah,
Um, and my mom actually did not like how that photo shoot went because the photographers that shot me, they didn't the I don't it wasn't inappropriate, but the undertones of the photo shoot were a bit strange for considering the fact that I was 14,
yeah.
you know? So my mom was like, no, let's wait a little bit. And then I waited like 2 years until Poppy got me back into it again.
Oh, so it's it's I wouldn't say it's like I wouldn't ask that it's scary, but you have to like really watch out, no?
Yeah, you really do have to watch out for yourself because I mean, as much as your mother agents and everybody watches out for you, it's still a business, you know? Like
Yeah.
you still have to take into consideration what's best for you and what you want to do and what you don't.
Yeah. So it was good that you had your sort of your guide or your mom kind of
Yeah,
knowing what you're doing, because
absolutely.
I can imagine that many people get into it and they're just like what, and then they
Yeah, you
get
just kind of, especially when you're starting out, you just kind of do everything and whatever they tell you to do because you just want to start out.
yeah,
And sometimes you like it's difficult because you can get stuck in doing something that you don't want to be doing
yeah,
in that sense. So you have to be like careful and you have to set your boundaries.
yeah. So I can imagine that many people don't have that sort of guiding person or like a person around them that knows what they're doing, and then it can like kind of it can end like really badly for them, I guess.
Yeah, but
If
you can
if they
like
yeah
you can always if you're starting out, you can always watch like interviews of other models online and like on YouTube and stuff on the Vogue YouTube channel.
yeah
They've done a few interviews with young models that actually explain how they were starting out and like what to watch out for and what to be cautious with.
yeah
So I also think that's very helpful because I watched a few of those and I realized some things and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's something somebody needs to watch if they are planning to start out."
yeah. So this all happened in Antwerp, right?
In Brussels mostly.
In Brussels. Oh,
Yeah.
but you are sort of from Antwerp, but not really from Antwerp. You're
I
like
mean, I live near Antwerp, and well, if I have to say I'm from a city, then it would be Antwerp, yes.
you're sort of yeah, okay, so you are from Antwerp. And I was gonna ask you how Antwerp is, because it's obviously Luxembourg is completely different.
Yeah.
You've been here a few times, and I can imagine that you were like, wow, this not like Antwerp.
I mean, it's different, kind of, but at the same time, not really. Luxembourg just feels a lot smaller to me. Well, it is smaller, but
Yeah.
with Antwerp, it's kind of like what I mean, at least for the people that I know and for my friends, like anywhere you go, you'll most likely like bump into each other and like meet somebody that you know.
Yeah.
Or like you'll know friends of other friends of other friends of other friends that you'll just see on the street and you'll just like say hi. So
Yeah.
it kind of goes like that. I mean, I like it personally. I think it's nice, but I wouldn't really consider myself to be a part of like any particular friend group in Antwerp for
Yeah.
that sense because I'm just like friends with random people from random friend groups and all. You know,
Yeah.
for the rest is just mostly like acquaintances and people I know through those friends.
Yeah. How it's kind of the same in Luxembourg, that it's very like dense and very like it's very small, so there are not many
Mm-hmm.
options to like what you do on the night out, especially. But and so you do bump into many people, and you do make like in like last year or 2 years ago, I made so many new friends by starting to go out, and now
Yeah.
it's I wouldn't say I'm in the same situation as you. Like I do have sort of my friend group from school, and then like some people from other schools that I hang out with like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I wouldn't say that on a night out. I wouldn't say that I'm only gonna go with this like friend group. Like I go out with
Yeah,
like quite like literally everyone. So we like
exactly.
it's very like similar, but
But
uh,
honestly, I kind of prefer that to be honest, because I can't imagine myself always being in like a singular friend group, being like stuck in this bubble. I don't like that.
yeah. If because okay, you've been to Luxembourg how many times? Like 4 times,
A bit more, I'd say.
5 times, six
Yeah,
times.
a few times, and
Yeah,
yeah,
a few,
something like
handful,
that.
handful.
I don't know. I haven't counted, but I've been there enough, I'd say.
How it's obviously it's not comparable, but what have you noticed is sort of similar, and what have you noticed just completely different compared to like Antwerp?
Um, Completely different, I would say. I honestly, I don't even know. I haven't thought about it like this, but I one thing, this is off topic from what your question is, but one
Yeah,
thing I
yeah.
can say is I have a favorite place in Luxembourg. And
What's your favorite place?
there's this one bubble tea shop.
The
There's this
bubble. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
That's my favorite place in Luxembourg. Like they make like the hot bubble tea in the little like
yeah, I
mug,
know it.
like the glass mugs. Do
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? Like the ones
yeah,
that look
I
like little
know.
pots.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
my favorite place to go. I go there every single time. I love it there.
It's really good. It's really good.
Yeah. But I mean, the only similarity that I've noticed that's like actually similar between Luxembourg and Antwerp is kind of like the type of people you'd see shopping. Do you get what I mean? Or
Yeah,
in like cafes and stuff. Like it's the same type of atmosphere because I was sitting in a cafe a few months ago when I was there. And I was just sitting alone and waiting for my mom and I realized like the atmosphere in like the hotel cafes and all it's very very similar.
it is true.
Yeah,
But
so but aside from that I don't really know.
it's is it similar? Because I wouldn't know. I've never been on like a proper night out in Antwerp. Like I have with my family, but I've
I've never
never
been
been like
on a night on like a proper night out in Luxembourg, I wouldn't say.
you
No,
wouldn't.
I've only gone for like dinner and stuff, but aside from that, I haven't been out in Luxembourg.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, I'm gonna give you some stereotypes that when you go out in Luxembourg, and just say if it's similar in Antwerp, if it's not, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so in Luxembourg, there is okay, it has changed,
Mm-hmm.
but last year it was you would go out, okay, during summer especially, you would go out, meet with all your friends at like a certain place. You would go
Mm-hmm.
out, we have a bunch of parks, so we'd get something to drink and like chill at the park, and then you would go to a you would go to this club. It's not really a club, it's a bar, but has like a dance floor and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
and you would stay there for the whole night, legit, until the night ended. Is that similar to Antwerp?
I mean, I used to do that when I was younger. Okay, that sounds bad, but I used to do that when I was a bit younger, like 2 years ago or so. But now, what my friends and I do a lot of the time, well, before quarantine at least, while stuff was still open, is we would already meet up at the bar,
Yeah,
and people like throughout the night, people would just join and come along. So you'd go to the bar with like you and one other person, for instance. You'd sit down, you'd get your drinks, and then every hour, like some people would come up, come up, come up, or you see somebody that you know, and they would just automatically join your table, and like that, a huge like group will form, and then you'll make like other friends among the other tables because we would all sit outside usually, so automatically like the later it got, the more like collided the tables would get sometimes. So you'd just be speaking to everybody.
yeah. Okay, and now obviously it has changed because of Corona, but this year
Yeah.
I've noticed that it was again the same pattern. You would, meet up with your friends, blah blah blah. But this
Hmm.
time, so for some reason this year, like going out probably because all the clubs are closed is like not a thing anymore. Like people go out and then at like 11 they like leave and people go
Hmm.
to after parties. Like there have been after
Yeah.
parties has been like the to do, like to
Or
go
like
to.
house parties. There's been so many house parties lately.
Yeah.
Even though it's not supposed to be allowed with the quarantine, like the people count and all. But I see so many people from my school having house parties, and honestly, I like personally, I think it's quite irresponsible because they'll be having like house parties with like 10 people.
Yeah.
And every time
Um,
it's like a different 10 people. So I just kind of look at it, I'm like,
yeah.
interesting.
Yes, it was same here, but this was before for us. It was before October when COVID, like during like end of summer when COVID like was bad, but not that bad. So there
Hmm.
weren't any like restrictions of like how many people you can have at your house.
Yeah.
But that I was really noticing that because I had a little thing at my house, and then I noticed that I instead of having people come straight away, I should have said I like after town is done everyone come to my house because it would have been better because everyone left at 11 to go to another party.
What? That's
Yeah,
kind of rude.
it's not rude. I understand, but I noticed that after parties has been the like stuff, and same with having like dinner now, like going to dinner and then
Yeah,
going to a pub. That's been like the stuff.
I miss that, honestly. I miss going to dinner.
Do you?
I do. I miss going out for dinner, man. Like, because I'm one of those people, I'm looking like a grandma. I would prefer to go out for dinner than to go out. I don't remember the last time I went, like, out to a club or something.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, it's just not really my scene. But to go out for dinner, just like sushi and like get wine afterwards at like a bar, maybe that's like perfect. I love that. That's like my ultimate night out. But now I can't do any of that stuff, and the only thing we can do here in Antwerp is get like takeout and eat somewhere on a bench, and then
Oh
get
yeah, because restaurants are all closed. Yeah.
and then like I don't know, get wine from like a night shop, and then go back to the same bench and just sit there. So it's really cold, so it's a bit like sad, but it's okay.
If you come to Luxembourg, that's what you're gonna get. Legit. People go to like dinner now, and
Hmm.
then later on, they go to a pub, and then that's it. That's the night done.
I love that though.
I
I
I
love
love
that.
that, but I don't know.
I don't know, man. I'm not really much of like a partying going out person actually.
You're not a party person.
No. Nah, man. I
Like
like I don't like partying essentially. I like talking to people.
oh,
Do you
just
get what
like
I mean?
catching up. Yeah.
Not even catching up, but just like sitting at a table, or like I don't even know, but I how hmm. I don't like
Hmm.
clubbing. I'll tell you that. I don't
You
like
don't.
clubbing.
I would
No.
expect you to love clubbing.
Huh?
I thought you loved clubbing.
No, I don't. I can do it like once in a while, maybe like once in a blue moon, and I'll be cool with it. But I don't know, it just doesn't interest me anymore.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I had like a complete like different image. I thought you loved clubbing, but obviously
What's
obviously I
your image
understand.
of me? What's your image of me?
I thought you were like a party girl.
Nah, man.
Poppy is a party girl. You
I
have to
don't
agree.
know. I don't know anymore. I don't think. I'm
Yeah, well,
not sure because
it
we
has.
all used to be like hardcore party girls.
Yeah, but
But I don't
it
know.
has changed.
Yeah.
Another thing that is really interesting to me for some reason is for the people that, okay, I'm not gonna say that going out is like a necessary. Obviously, it's up to you, but it's you get like really good social skills from
Mhm.
going out. That's like one
Mhm.
thing, and then the other thing is you have fun, obviously. But
Mhm.
that for the people that don't go out, is it? And then there's again a question: is it the same with you? There is that sort of like in a bubble. I would say I don't like. It's very like hard to like say it, but we in Luxembourg, I would say there is that certain like inner bubble with like things, and that comes from experience. But then like there are these people. I don't know how to say. There are these people in Luxembourg that like they know what to do, they know where to go. They like sometimes even go by taxi and like all that like special stuff. But
Yeah.
it's that sort of in a bubble that people who've been going not going out for like a long time, they just like don't know about that. And I was gonna ask if it's the same with like Antwerp. Like are there certain like friend group or like group of people that just like not I wouldn't say even separated from the others, but they just like do their own thing.
No, I mean, there probably is, but not in my experience and not with the people that I'm friends with, per se. Because with us, it's just kind of like every time you go out, like, sure, you have the people that you always see that, like, you usually go out with, but everybody just kind of hangs out with everybody, I'd say.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I would say, at least in my experience. I'm sure there is, like, some groups that are, like, separated like that, but it's nobody that I know.
Because in Luxembourg it's not even like everyone's friends with everyone, but it's
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed, and hopefully people can relate to this. I don't want to be the only one. I've noticed that there's this like people go out, then there's people just like go out for fun, and then there's like people like it's like almost like professionally, like they do it as a sport. Like they need to go out every single like weekend. They need to like do
Oh,
this and this, and it's I don't want to call anyone out, but I don't know. It's like this like inner like friend group like
I
bubble.
I could never. That sounds exhausting to me.
It's like what is this movie called with Leonardo DiCaprio? The Gatsby or something like that.
Yeah, The Great Gatsby?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like this special group of people
Mm-hmm.
that sort of are just like separated from everyone. But yeah,
I don't
I
know. I
don't want
haven't watched The Great Gatsby, to be honest with
it's
you.
really good. But yeah, I don't want to shade anyone. I love everyone. Everyone's great.
That's good.
You live in Antwerp, so and you speak perfect English. Don't
Thank
need
you.
you're Russian, and
Yes.
I don't yes I don't
Yes.
even hear the accent. You don't have a like strong accent, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just because, like, the moment I moved to Europe or, like, Scandinavia at first, I immediately was thrown into, like, an English school. So learning English, I started learning English from scratch already in an international environment.
Yeah,
So, because when I went to Sweden, my mom put me in an English school and there was no other Russian speakers at the school, so I was kind of forced to learn the language. So I kind of picked it up from there, and then my accent is just messy and a combination of a bunch of different accents and dialogues and
yeah,
all of that because I was always around people that sounded different. Like
yeah.
they like technically they didn't have accents when it comes to the English language, but they had different
Like
regional
ways.
accents in that sense. Yeah, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because like there'd be people from England, different people from different parts of England. There'd be people from America and different like states in America, and obviously they all sounded different. So I kind of like whoever I was friends with that week, that month, I would just kind of pick up on their dialogue, pick up on their accent, and then it just all kind of started colliding.
so
And still, yeah.
you went to Sweden before you went to Antwerp.
Yeah, I went to first I went to Switzerland, but I didn't learn the English there because I was still like in kindergarten per se.
Yeah.
And then from Switzerland, I went to Sweden, and from Sweden, I came here.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I was Sweden's a lit country. I was Sweden, but you were very young, no?
I mean, I say because I remember turning 10 in Sweden, so I would
Yeah,
say I was there from like 8 till 10, 2 years,
yeah,
I'd say.
yeah.
something like that, because it was fourth and fifth grade, and then sixth grade I started here.
Yeah. So now you go to a local sort of not is it private school? It is.
In Sweden, it was a private school. Oh,
And
here or there?
here,
Here,
like
I mean, yeah, I'd say it's a private school.
yeah, but before you went to Antwerp International School.
Oh, I started going to Antwerp International School when I moved here.
Yeah. So
That
how
was my
how was
first
that?
school.
How was that?
It was all right. It was fine. I mean, it was very different to what I was used to because
Yeah.
everybody was a lot more welcoming in that sense, but also like the groups were separated. But I mean, at the same time, can I really judge? It was like sixth grade, it's the first
Yeah.
year of middle school. Like everybody's a little
Yeah.
bit like still in their phases and all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
Um,
like,
I was I
yeah.
was I was gonna ask in our obviously you were in the grade below but now you're in my grade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in our grade for some reason like I went to Luxembourg school and like the whole grade was like friends. Like everyone was like really close to each other. And here, it was sort of in seventh grade. Or in eighth grade, I noticed that where like in our grade, everyone was like had their like own like friend groups and was like very separated.
Yeah.
And is it like similar in Antwerp or
Honestly, man, I can't even tell you. I mean, yeah, there was like there was some separation. Obviously, they had like friend groups and all, but there was never really like a kind of people were never really outcasted from a certain friend group. I wouldn't say, but at the same time, I don't really know. I don't really remember because I haven't been there in a while. I have no idea how it is now because I'm
yeah,
only friends with like what, three people from AIS.
yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, I don't know in like my grade, we're not.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say that we're like hate each other. Like oh my god, we want to like hate each other. But there is that sort of rejection. If you try to be friends with other people from other friend groups, there is that sort of I wouldn't even call it rejection, but it's sort of
A
like what
judgment.
it yeah exactly like what are you doing like
No, I mean, I don't know how it is exactly in AS anymore, but I don't think they have that. Like, it doesn't seem like it. So I
uh,
don't know. But I mean, at the school that I go to now, we don't have that at all. Everybody just kind of talks to everybody. Yeah, there's separation groups of like who you would usually hang out with, but everybody talks to everybody and everybody's like friends at the end of the day.
yeah. I definitely can't say the same for like my grade.
I mean, that kind of, how do you feel about that?
Um, I'm fine with it, but it's just with new people. Like this year, we've
Mm-hmm.
gotten like a few new students, and I can imagine like how hard it is to settle for them
Mm,
because everyone's just like very again not rejectable, but it's like if you don't basically if you don't fit in with those people, then you're gonna have like issues, like real issues finding friends. I believe.
that sucks. Honestly, that's kind of sad. Like, I feel bad for those people.
Yeah, because like even like a teacher reached out to me like, hey, like there's this new kid, and he like reached out to me. He's like, hey, like can you just like maybe not like because he usually sits alone in the cafeteria, and he's like, hey, can you like maybe like invite him to your table or something like that. That's how
Mm-hmm.
like bad it's gotten because everyone's
Jesus.
and people are like gonna watch this and like I don't like really care about and it's also part of it's I can't say that it's everyone else and but me. Like of course, like with us as well, we don't like reject people, but if we do something outside of school, it's very unlikely that like for example, new kid that he's gonna be with us just because.
Mm.
And I feel and
But what is like that criteria that's like, oh, they don't fit in? Like, what is that even? Like, what do they
I
have to be to fit into
yeah,
like this
that's what
group
I
that
mean.
you're talking about?
Um, but obviously it's different with sort of everyone.
Mm-hmm.
For us, it's like we will like never ever I think like we've talked about this within our friend group. We will never
Mm-hmm.
ever say like if someone sits at our table, we will never be like, hey, like don't sit at our table, like go away. But when it comes to sort of like outside of school, especially, we won't have contact with that person barely. Like because we like really don't know him, and if it's like a person that's been at our school and that's just trying to like sort of be friends with us. It usually like ends well, but again, I can't speak for like everyone in my grade. Like I know there are people who are just bouncing between groups, and
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have like a certain friend group, then I believe that it can be like very like lonely for you. Not lonely, but like you sit alone at like lunch and like stuff like that. And
Damn.
I've noticed that, and I just like really feel bad for like that like one person I know that is new to our school. I think last year actually.
I
He
mean,
still
try to
had,
make them feel welcome. Like,
yeah,
damn, because we don't have that at our school at all. At least that I've noticed. Like in my grade, in the year that I used to be in, there's nobody that's ever like outcasted like that. Everybody somehow like has their friends, has their friend group, if that's what you want to call it. But like everyone's always like included. Like if you go somewhere, like if you go to sit with somebody somewhere, they'll automatically like include you in, and you can just join the conversation. It doesn't matter
yeah,
who you're friends with.
yeah.
Yeah, I
But
think that's nice, I guess.
we definitely try to sort of invite or like we don't encourage it, but we're never like I know there are people who will like say like not no, but they will like if someone sits on the table, they like leave the table.
Yeah.
That's and like we will like never ever do that. Like it's and that's what I mean. Like I came to ISL when in fifth grade, and it has changed so much. In like my
Yeah.
grade, it's changed so
Well, I
much.
mean, that's good because fifth grade is still like what? You're like,
Yeah,
how old? 12?
yeah. But
Yeah. I mean,
also,
hopefully people would grow up and mature a little bit at
yeah.
least.
Also, I was gonna last question. If again, your school sounds or Antwerp sounds like there's more of a unity or like a sort of community that you
Mm-hmm.
have within your grade. Um, in our school, for example, we had Spirit Week this week, or like let's say last week,
Yeah.
and the first day it was only like my friends and a few other people that dressed up, and no one dressed up because everyone was so scared that they were going to be the only one dressed up, and it's
Matt, I don't even know about AIS because I haven't been to that school in what, over 3, 4 years, I think. That's when
yeah,
I left, so I have no idea what they do anymore. But I don't know. I don't remember there being anything like Spirit Week or anything, but there were like sports tournaments and people would like come to watch the games and cheer on that. But aside from
yeah.
that, I don't really remember anything happening.
Oh. We need to
Yeah.
get Poppy on here ASAP.
Yeah.
We
You need
need
to get Poppy's opinions on this because I have no idea how it is at AAS anymore.
we need Poppy. We need Sydney. We need the
Sydney's
whole.
at my school. What's she gonna tell you at AAS? She's never even been there.
But is she's in the grade below you. She
No,
not
she's 2 grades below me.
two grades below you.
Yeah.
Alright, we need to get the whole gang on then.
Yes, yes,
I want to have
yes.
a chat with all of you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, this was 35 minutes just now.
I have a random question. But
Random question. Yeah,
what's your zodiac sign?
what's my zodiac sign? Scorpio.
Yeah. You're a Scorpio. Okay, what's your
Yeah,
rising sign?
what's that?
You're wait, I can check it for you.
Can you check it for
Um,
me?
what
Uh,
time were you born?
like time as in day or like date?
Time as in like the time of day, like what clock?
I think it was early, like 4 a.m., like early in the morning.
Early in the morning.
Yeah,
4 a.m. Okay,
do some magic. Do some magic.
let me do some magic and let me figure this out for you.
Because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Um, shit, I don't even know. Let me try to find you and let me figure this out. Let me look at my charts right now. Because I
Why?
don't,
Why is that interesting? Why is that interesting to you?
because, okay, let me explain it to you. So your, like, sun sign, so a Scorpio is what you identify as a person, like how you are as a person.
Yeah,
Whereas your rising sign, it tends to be how you present yourself to other people.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Wait, let me double check. Um, let me double check for you. Because my sun sign is a Pisces, my rising is a Sagittarius, and my moon is a Leo.
Jesus,
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're
Because the
talking about.
are
It's
you
all yeah, it
interested?
all has to do. Nah, I'm interested. I'm intrigued because I don't know. It's something new. I'm learning. I want to learn.
Let me figure this out when it comes to you. Okay, let me tell you what yours are, because I'm trying to figure it out right now.
Let's go.
Do you have. Wait. Ugh, this is difficult. Damn. I'm not good at this.
You're not good at
I'm
this.
not too good at this, but I am trying. I'm trying for you. Okay, I don't think. Do you have co-star? No, you don't.
No.
Okay. All right. I don't know what your rising sign is, but you can
But
get co-star and it'll tell you all about it because your rising sign is how you present yourself to people, and your moon sign is like rules over your emotions, and your sun sign shows other stuff. So, yeah, there's
is
that for
there
you.
like a way, like an app or something to find it?
Yeah, co-star.
Co-Star and App Store.
Yeah. CO
I'll get
star.
it. I'll get it.
Okay.
But yeah, this sort of sums up our little random chat we had.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for having me on your podcast.
You're gonna be on again, don't worry. This
Thank you. Thank you
this
very
is gonna
much.
go beyond school. I'm gonna do this when I'm like 30 years old.
Oh, that's great. I love that for you.
We're never gonna stop. Hopefully we'll be friends by then.
We will be. We will be.
But yes, guys, 10th episode. This was it. We're sorry that we didn't have an episode on Wednesday, but next episode is gonna be really interesting because it's gonna be about me. It's gonna instead
Wow.
of having other people on, gonna have Kai, one of my best mates. He's gonna ask me some questions, and you're gonna figure out quite literally everything about me. So
Very cool.
I hope that will invite people to be more open when they come on Random Talk. But yeah,
Where do you upload the episodes? You should upload it on like Spotify and stuff.
yeah, that is coming next year. Big things
Uh,
coming next year, guys. Don't worry.
okay.
Spotify is gonna be available soon.
All
But
right.
yeah, thank you for watching.
Thank you for having
We're
me.
gonna give T or Rocky whatever. It's gonna have all the Instagram below if you wanna hit her up and become friends with her like I did. Feel free. And yeah, goodbye, people. We'll see you
Bye
Wednesday.
bye.
Wednesday, yeah, Wednesday. Bye.